If you're thinking about selling your home in Toronto, you need to hear this because the fastest way to lose tens of thousands of dollars in today's shifting market isn't pricing too high or choosing the wrong strategy. It's saying yes to the wrong things. Buyers, agents, investors, and even your own friends will ask you for things that sound harmless. But if you say yes at the wrong moment, you can lose money or lose the entire deal. I'm giving you the 10 things Toronto home sellers must say no to if you want a smooth transaction and not lose money in the sale of your property. And stick with me to the end. I'll give you the exact solution that gives you negotiating power in any market conditions. All right, let's jump into the 10 things you should never agree to when selling your home. 1. Say no to pre-closing renovations. In the cases where the sellers have moved out, some buyers sometimes ask to start painting, replace flooring, bring in contractors, start demolition, etc. No matter how eager they are to start, the answer is no. If a contractor gets injured or damages your home, you are liable. If a water line is cut by accident and it leaks, you have to deal with it. Until the ownership transfers, the risk is yours, no exceptions. Second, say no to early move-ins. Again, in cases where the sellers have moved out, I had a sale where the buyers asked if they can move in earlier. This is not a good idea since the seller becomes a landlord and the relationship is defined by the Rental Tenancy Act if any issues come up. Even if the buyers offer a rental fee and ask, can we just move in a week or two earlier? Absolutely not. There is a liability risk, insurance policy risk. It's best to keep a clean transfer of ownership, and then the buyers can move in after the deal closes. 3. Say no to hiring a friend or family member with minimal experience. The reality is there are over 70,000 real estate agents in the GTA. Everyone knows at least 2 to 3 agents. It's tempting. Your cousin just got their license. Your friend wants to help. But selling in Toronto requires pricing strategy, staging plans, negotiation experience, legal knowledge, and market-specific insight. You need a dedicated professional, not someone learning on your property. 4. Say no to negotiating personal items in the contract. For example, furniture, patio sets, item you might want to sell. Do not negotiate these inside the official real estate contract because banks might have an issue with financing furniture negotiated into the property purchase price. It is best to have a separate agreement outside of the agreement of purchase and sale. 5. Do not say no to a lowball offer. Getting lowball offers in this market is common. It's best not to negotiate verbally with the other party. I always recommend and advise the buyer's agent to put the offer in writing. The reason is you never know where the negotiations will go and whether counter offers might be accepted after a few rounds of negotiations. Remember, negotiations will take a few rounds of going back and forth, especially in this market condition. 6. Say no to long closing periods. The buyers might lose their jobs, which will result in not getting a mortgage. The economy could change. Surprise issues might come up. In Toronto's market, 30 to 45 days is best. Up to 60 days is okay. Longer becomes an issue unless the sellers need extra time to find a home to buy after they sell their home. Keep it fast, clean, and simple. 7. Say no to buyer renovation requests. Buyers, can you change the countertops? Can you redo the bathroom? I had one last week where the buyers asked, can you finish the basement? The list price reflects what buyers see when they view the home. Sellers should not turn into contractors. Now, minor repairs such as a leaky faucet, a jammed door, a burnt light bulb, loose railings should be addressed prior to closing, but not cosmetic upgrades. 8. Say no to offers with small deposits. in Toronto with high price points, a minimum 5% down payment is required. For example, if a buyer offers $20,000 deposit on $1 million home purchase, that's a red flag. Do they have the funds to close? Will they qualify for a mortgage? Now, I have had sales where the buyers put into the agreement of purchase and sale multiple deposits were to be provided on specific dates. The reason was they needed extra time to liquidate funds from their investment accounts, which was acceptable to the sellers. 9. Say no to unrealistic conditions. For example, a buyer wants to purchase your home, but with the condition of them selling their home. This is a terrible condition since it ties up the seller's property for many months, and then eventually the deal can fall apart if the buyer is unable to sell their home. Just remember, everything is negotiable, and sellers should not accept conditions that jeopardize the sale of their home. 10. Say no to home inspection repairs. This one is a bit controversial, since in certain cases, the buyers might come back after the home inspection and request repairs completed prior to closing. In my opinion, depending on the type of repair, it is best in certain cases for the seller to give credit towards the sale price as opposed to completing repairs. For example, repairing a damaged screen door, fixing a leaky faucet is okay. However, repairing a roof might be best addressed via credit on the sale price, since if the repairs go wrong and the roof leaks after closing, the buyers can come back for compensation and puts the sellers in a liability position. This really depends on the type of repairs and should be addressed on a case-by-case basis. So how do you protect yourself from all these risks? By having a strong, experienced listing agent who anticipates these situations before they happen and protects you from every angle, from pricing and marketing to negotiations, paperwork, and all the way to closing day. If you're thinking about selling your home, condo, or investment property, download my 3 mistakes to avoid when selling your home via the link below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.